On Friday, two British girls barely out of their teens entered London's National Gallery, where they attempted to deface a still life of sunflowers painted by Vincent van Gogh in 1888 before gluing themselves to the wall. The girls were working on behalf of Just Stop Oil, an environmental activist group, and threw a tin of Heinz tomato soup over the painting. Thanks to skyrocketing gas prices, millions of British families won't be able to afford to heat a can of soup this winter, the organisation posted, before asking for donations to fund its activism. If you're worried about the sunflower painting, it's fine. There was a pane of glass that prevented any permanent damage to it. There's nothing like bringing about awareness for a serious issue by targeting a piece of work made by a seriously depressed individual who never received any critical acclaim during his living years. Seriously, you just can't get better PR than that. There's nothing quite like showing your love of the planet and wanting to save it and the people that reside in it by wasting food, a tin of soup that could have gone to any of the millions of British people living below the breadline. The thousands upon thousands every single winter who rely on soup kitchens in order to survive. No, let's squander this opportunity to do good by defacing something that has nothing to do with the thing that you're talking about in a mindless publicity stunt that makes you all look mental rather than actually bringing awareness to the issue. Why Vincent van Gogh, may I ask? Is it because he's particularly sinful when it comes to crimes against the environment? Was it the sunflowers that he picked? Are you pissed that he picked sunflowers? Let's talk about eco-activists. And before any of you lot find your way into my comment section and say, you're a terrible person who doesn't care about the environment, oh my god, let me give you some TLDR on me. I'm extremely conscious when it comes to ethics and sustainability, particularly when it comes to my clothing. I never ever throw out clothes into the general garbage. Instead, I have a dedicated little bag in the corner of my room where I put every single piece of clothing in that's damaged and I can't wear anymore, and then I take it to the tip when I go to the tip to recycle them. Anything that is in good condition, I will sell on second hand. And talking about second hand, 99% of my wardrobe is second hand. I rarely ever get clothes brand new. I'll always get them from eBay, Vinted, or charity shops. That's how conscious I am of sustainable clothing. Let's talk about when it comes to travel. I walk pretty much everywhere, and when I don't walk, I take the bus or I take the train. I don't own a car, so there's no carbon footprint when it comes to that. When it comes to everyday use items, I will always choose the biodegradable and sustainable option. I use biodegradable makeup wipes. I only use paper cotton buds rather than the plastic ones. Just a TLDR on me, so any comments that are like, you hate the environment, yeah, just go away, you don't know anything. Be gone. The modern incarnation of climate change activism started in the 1980s, where there were protests about making ecologically informed decisions when it comes to the environment, making sure that we are making the most sustainable choices. But with the rise of social media, people tend to now have the idea that all publicity is good publicity. I've already used the terms mental and crazy in this video, but I will also be using the word nutjob. If anyone is offended by that, I'm neurodivergent. I myself am crazy, mental, and a nutjob, and if you don't like it, this ain't the video for you. So let's go over Twitter, because Twitter is spicy, and I had my own take. Here's the original tweet by Just Stop Oil. Just Stop Oil supporters choose life over art. Human creativity and brilliance is on show in this gallery, yet our heritage is being destroyed by our government's failure to act on the climate and cost of living crisis. Quick little disclaimer before I get into my next question, because I don't want the police coming round to my house or anything at the British government. This is a joke, okay? My question is, why didn't you throw soup on government officials then? Why Vincent van Gogh? What did he do to deserve Heinz to his painting? One of the only ones he actually ever got hung up in an art gallery. This is where big brain Stephen Varlow comes in, and yes, I have him muted. I don't wish to hear his unhinged ramblings. But here's a little snippet about the Megamind 3000 himself. Naturalist, conservationist, environmentalist, and nature photographer, especially macro. Born at 134 ppm, woke, awake, and proud of it. Whew. Edgy. One of the huge ironies is that if we do not successfully address the climate and ecological crisis by developing a sustainable system, then our civilization will almost certainly collapse. If that happens, all of these paintings will be lost forever. Just bear that in mind. So I just had to ask, and throwing soup onto a painting achieves that? How? Can't be asked to go to his Twitter to get the screenshot of his response to me, so here's somebody who liked the tweet. A lot of attention to the climate crisis. It got reported by the New York Times. It certainly got your attention. Yeah, I saw two nutjobs randomly vandalize a painting. It didn't inspire me, nor most other people, to commit to becoming more ecologically vigilant. They're just going to talk about how mental they are. And how right that is, because all of the news articles reporting on this aren't talking about the absolutely amazing work that these girls did, chef's kiss. They're talking about how ridiculous and stupid this is and are making fun of eco-activists. Is all publicity good publicity? Are you sure, Stephen? The problem herein is social media, I think. People want to get as many clicks and views as they possibly can, no matter the consequences. No matter if it makes the people who are spreading the message look unhinged AF, they will do it. Even if it damages their own cause. We've seen this time and time again when it comes to vegans, and I'm not gonna get into the vegan argument, there's no time for that today. But every time there's a news article about a vegan protesting in public, it's never about how they've got such a good message and they're so right and we should stop eating meat and dairy and consuming other animal products. They are the butt of the joke in all coverage. They are the joke. They have made themselves and their cause a laughingstock. Could you imagine if other movements used the same tactics and had the same attitudes as some of these people in the vegan and eco-activist communities? If, instead of protesting and becoming more politically involved, the LGBT community simply gatecrashed straight weddings, waved rainbow flags around and yelled at the bride and groom, there would be no same-sex marriage. These people aren't getting that just because people are talking about you, it doesn't mean it's a good thing. They're talking about you in all the wrong ways. And so I have this to say to Just Stop Oil. Please take the two first words of your slogan and just stop. Cease. Immediately. You aren't making people care. You aren't bringing more awareness to a deserving topic. You're making people like me, who is vigilant when it comes to sustainability, look absolutely crazy. Every time I tell people that I don't tend to buy clothes first-hand due to sustainability concerns, they ask me, oh, do you support X group or X protest? Please, you're making the rest of us look like mugs and we don't appreciate it. That's my little rant of the day done. What do you guys think? Do you think potentially damaging a priceless item in the name of climate change is a good idea? Is wasting food that could better go to people in need definitely worth it? Let me know down in the comments below and I will see you in the next video. Bye.